This is Tank's Vlog, April 17th, 2019, wrapping up the day in sports. Dun 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 dun. Boom. The Tampa Bay Lightning, very, very frightening, have gone down in epic failure. There is no word to describe what has just happened to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They won 62 games, tying an NHL record, and in the playoffs, crash and burn. Crash and burn. Disintegration. Collapse. Choke. Calamity. Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh my God. What the hell happened to the Tampa Bay Lightning? They were by far the best team in the regular season. By far. 21 points. Almost the second highest margin since they introduced that infernal President's Trophy in 1986. The trophy has only been won by the Stanley Cup champion 8 times. This year won't be number 9, as the Tampa Bay Lightning have been swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yes, the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have never even seen Game 7. They've been dominated in the postseason anytime they've been there. And not only did the Lightning lose, they were trounced, stomped. None of the games were close. Game 1 was close, okay. They blew a 3-0 lead. And they've just fallen apart, crashing to the ground. 19-8, outscored in the 4 games. Today, 7-3, just absolutely disintegration. I mean, if John Cooper keeps his job, it's going to be a miracle, because this has to be the worst, most epic collapse in the history of the NHL, possibly in professional sports, period. This is the equivalent of the New England Patriots going 16-0, getting to the playoffs, and getting blown out by the Cincinnati Bengals. 63-3. That's how bad this is. This is like the Golden State Warriors going 73-9, and then losing in the first round by a sweep to the Sacramento Kings or the Minnesota Timberwolves, and losing every game by 20 or more points. That's how bad this is. This is like, you name it, any team that wins a record amount of games in a season just absolutely dying, just not even showing up. It's like, hi, we're the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, see you next year. Bye. 4. Oh, wow. Oh, man. From now on, any team that posts the best record in the regular season and goes down in utter failure, it will be known as doing a Lightning. Because, my goodness, it's just mind-boggling, spectacular, epic failure. Just beyond failure. Whew. That wasn't the only series to finish up on Tuesday night, as the New York Islanders completed a 4-game sweep of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins, who have won 2 Stanley Cups, but just seem to run out of gas this year at times. Matt Murray had a terrible season in goal, and Sidney Crosby only got 1 point in the postseason, as the Islanders just completely shut down the Penguins. First time the Islanders had had a sweep since their last Stanley Cup win in 1983. I guess they just couldn't handle pressure. I mean, now it's on to the second round, and someone should tell the Islanders, find a way to get those games to the Nassau Coliseum, because there's magic in that building. There's magic in that building. And Barry Trotz, what a coach. Could that not be an epic possible matchup? Trotz, who led the Capitals to the Stanley Cup last year, could very well be in the way of the Capitals repeating. Out west, they don't... And that's why they call them the Blues. They'll always blow it. They'll always choke it. And that's why they call them the Blues. Yes, the St. Louis Blues won the first 2 games in Winnipeg and then came home and lost. I mean, just couldn't get the goals when they needed. Now the series is back even, heading back to Winnipeg after the Jets scored a 2-1 win on a overtime goal by Kyle Connor. Meanwhile, the Vegas Golden Knights, they're heating up. Marc-Andre Fleury, his 15th career playoff shutout, as the Golden Knights have gone shark hunting, beating the Sharks 5-0. Max Pacioretty, big night, 2 goals, 2 assists. Turn out the lights, San Jose. You know this happens every season. NBA playoffs continued on Tuesday. The Toronto Raptors, who had a dud in Game 1, came out and redeemed himself somewhat in Game 2, beating up the Magic 111-82. Now, of course, now they have to find a way to win in Orlando. I mean, they can't let this... they got to pick up the momentum from this game and get back on track. Also getting back on track was the Denver Nuggets, who beat the Spurs 114-105. As Nikola Jokic had a nice night with 21 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. While DeMar DeRozan, speaking of former Raptors, had 31 points, 7 rebounds. As the Lightning fails, so does the Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder, who have just had many dud performances in the playoffs, find themselves coming home down 2-0 after losing Game 2 to the Portland Trailblazers 114-94. It's amazing the team with that talent just always just comes in the postseason with the flat tire. I guess those triple-doubles, yeah, they don't really count in this time of year. You need to do something a little bit more. Mets. What a disastrous game for the Mets today. Steven Matz, with an absolutely pathetic performance. Couldn't retire a batter. 8-0 by the time he was pulled. And the game was over. 14-3 Phillies won. And what makes it even worse is Steven Matz was so horrible. Brandon Nimble now has whiplash. I mean, the Mets just never have any luck. It's like the hitting's good this year, now the pitching's going to suck. If the pitching's good, the hitting sucks. It's like they can't get anything on track. Time now, get this pitching staff right. Bring in Dallas Keuchel. The Mets need Dallas Keuchel. It's not an luxury item anymore. They need Dallas Keuchel. Get it done. Just don't stay in contact with him. And if you can get Craig Kimbrell, bring him in too. Bring as many people as you can. Get the job done for once. Get us Dallas Keuchel to the Mets. Sign him today. I mean how bad could that be? How bad can you be that Brandon Nimmo gets whiplash? You know, it's just ridiculous that Brandon Nimmo got whiplash. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Also unbelievable is what is going on with the Boston Red Sox. Do they have the flu? Are they sick or something? What has happened to the Boston Red Sox? 108 wins last year, dominant postseason, have just been utterly flat as a pancake so far this year. played their first game against the Yankees and got lambasted 8-0. The starved Red Sox were even further starved as James Paxton completely shut them down. I guess the psychiatric treatments have helped. That's a big win there. It should help his confidence, which he said was sagging. And Chris Sale, I mean, get a refund. 0-4, 8.50 ERA. Oof. I think the Red Sox need a refund. It was Starling Marte with a home run in the 10th inning to lead the Pirates past the Tigers 5-3. It was the Giants smacking around Steven Strasburg 7-3. Rays continued their hot start, beating the Orioles 4-2. The Cubs blanked the Marlins 4-0. It was the Diamondbacks over the Braves 9-6. Christian Yelich did it again from Lakeside. Yes, another home run, 3 RBI as the Brewers waltzed their way past the Cardinals 8-4. Boy, I tell you, the Redbirds become the Deadbirds whenever Christian Yelich is around. It was the Blue Jays squeezing their way past the Twins 6-5. Angels blanked the Rangers blanked the Angels 5-0 as Mike Minor pitched his first career shutout. It was the White Sox 5-1 winners over the Royals. The Rockies beat the Padres 8-2. As Nolan Arenado went deep on his 28th birthday. Astros just continue to play scalding baseball. 9-1 winners, over the Oakland A's. Dodgers got a 2-run homer from Jock Peterson. Second straight game he ended up hitting a big shot as they beat the Reds 6-1. And the Indians slipped past the Mariners 4-2. Today's 3 stars are Max Pacioretty, who had 2 goals, 2 assists in the Golden Knights win over the Sharks. James Paxton, who struck out 12 with 2 hits and 8 innings work against the Red Sox. And Kawhi Leonard, who had 37 points, leading the Raptors to their win over Orlando. Today's birthday shout-out goes to the man who's on the radio in the morning, led the Bengals to the Super Bowl. I'm talking Boomer Esiason, who turns 58. And it's on this date in 1964 that the New York Mets played their very first game at Shea Stadium. Check out the story behind the opening of Shea Stadium at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.